Well, it is 10:07 on a Sunday night, and I couldn't sleep, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record a video. This isn't gonna be anything special. It's just gonna be a story that I want to tell about working at one of my very first jobs, um, and just a little bit of a warning. I understand that the quality might not sound good. My sound quality, it's not gonna sound good at all. There's also no gameplay audio. Everyone starts somewhere. Just bear with me. I just wanted to make a video. I'm gonna eventually get a better setup, but the point is I do want to talk about one of my very first jobs that I had. Everyone usually starts off like either in high school or in college at like a fast food place like McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A. And for me, it was a Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Yeah, I don't know. um, I worked at two different locations. I'm gonna be talking about the second one because that's where I had the most amount of memories. Um, just be telling you like shit I did there and all that crap. But I worked there my freshman. I'm sorry, yeah, excuse me, my freshman year of college. So it was like around November, December. But I was unemployed and I had just quit the first location and I worked somewhere else and I quit because I didn't want to work at that other place either. And I reached out to one of my friends. Her and her boyfriend worked at a different location, and I had reached out to her. Her name is Jenna, and I told her I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm currently unemployed and I do need a job. Do you think that your location, is hiring? Because I do have experience. I worked there before, just at a different place. Um, you know, and Jenna's cool. Like, she and I have that friendship where it's like we make fun of each other all the time, but like when shit needs to be serious, shit becomes serious. Like, she's cool as fuck. She's like, yeah, like I'll reach out to the manager and I'll let you know, try to get you an interview. Lo and behold, Jenna was a G and she got me an interview, and I went to an interview the next week and I got hired. Um, because Jenna's cool like that. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be making this video right now, and I probably would have been like Squidward at the time when he was asking for spare change. It was so I was broke. I needed money. I just was so desperate. I don't want to go back to the other location because I had a bad experience. But I knew Jenna and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's name is Julian. I knew they would like. I liked them. They were really nice. They were cool. They were like more than friends to me. They were like brothers and sister. That probably sounds weird, but I don't care. I think they're cool as fuck. But they helped me out. She helped me out, and I got the job. But let me tell you something about Tropical Smoothie, okay? Tropical Smoothie Cafe will hire anyone who is a living, breathing organism, all right? You could have any blood in your body. Like, you could be a goddamn extraterrestrial from, planet Z175 from the year 2800. They don't give a fuck, dude. As long as you can show up, make slop for people, you're fucking hired. Like, they don't give a shit. But she was nice enough. I got the interview, and then lo and behold, I got the job. Um, my first day was at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and I was introduced to my shift lead. Don't remember her name because she's irrelevant as fuck. But I got to meet one of my very first coworkers, like one of my favorite coworkers. Her name is Haley. Me and Haley used to open in the morning. Haley was cool as fuck. Like after this first day, I used to open from like 6 to like 2 o'clock, and Haley would come in. She'd be like the first person I saw, and me and her, like, she was cool as fuck. Like, we would just like listen to music and chill. Just she was cool as shit. And for the first day I worked there, I was asked to pour this. They had turbinado sugar. That's what they use inside their smoothies. Oh my god, big reveal! Tropical smoothie behind the scenes. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that. Big deal. And it's turbinado sugar. I don't give a fuck. Bag weighs like around maybe 6 pounds, 7 pounds, probably more. I don't know. I have noodle arms, so what did my dumbass do? They told me to pour it into a tub. Tub is like 2 feet tall, and I dropped the bag. I dropped the fucking bag. Yeah, I dropped it, dude. And it was like 9 in the morning. Haley walks around the corner. She's like, who is this fucking guy? Like, who is this pleb, man? Get him out of my building. I don't want him here. She had that look. She just stared at me. She's like, are you fucking kidding me? I felt so bad. Haley, if you're watching this, I apologize. I don't remember if you had to clean it up or not, but I'm so sorry. But yeah, that was my first day. I don't really remember much. I kind of just worked the drive-through because we didn't have a drive-through at the old location, so they were teaching me how to do that. That was pretty much my first day. After that, I got promoted to a shift lead about a month later, which was cool, but I didn't really feel right being a shift lead. I was asking for it because I wanted to be one at the old location, but I was also joking. Like, I didn't feel like I could handle the responsibility, but I mean, being a shift lead is not much different from being a regular worker, at least in tropical smoothie standards. Like, all you really got to do is just make sure everything's in order, tell people what to do, and that's something I couldn't really do, was tell people what to do, because like, they were my friends, and I understand they're also coworkers, but to me they were my friends, and they were there longer, mind you. Okay, like, they worked there way longer than I did. Like, they knew this place from the like ins and outs, and I was just like new here, and I'm like, yeah, I'm your boss now, bitch. I felt bad. So like, whenever I wanted to get an idea or I wanted to do something, I'd ask Jenna and Julian first, because they were there longer. And Jenna was like, yeah, you can do this. And sometimes Jenna would be like, you're really retarded. Why did you do this? And it was just a matter of like, figuring shit out. And eventually, I just started to give less of a fuck over time. But since it was my first time pretty much working there, I was trying to care about my job, about how my tropical smoothie performance would affect my next job on my resume. It didn't really. They didn't give a fuck that I worked there. It was like so irrelevant. Anyways, my shifts consisted of working from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. The tropical smoothie it was a 24-hour drive-through, but the doors were from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Others are 24 hours period, but we had a drive-through that was 24 hours, so we would figured, okay, close the doors at 9 p.m. and open at 9. But yeah, I'd go in there from 6 to 2, and I didn't have my license, so my dad also had to drop me off in the morning, and it worked out for both of us. But what I would do, my job in the morning, was I'd knock on the door. Whoever was night crew would open the door for me, and they'd be like, all right, you got to prep this, you got to do this, and then take the orders in the drive-thru, then open the doors at 9, and you're good. And I'm like, fucking, yes, sure, yes, sure. Like, I can do that. And that's what I did. It was actually pretty cool in the morning too. Sometimes it would be really dead, so all I really did was blasted my music. Katy Perry, fucking Britney Spears, Eminem, whoever I felt like. Or if I really wanted to, I'd even watch a YouTube video or a movie on the fucking shop speakers. Like, it was awesome. Because, like, if it's dead, I'm just sitting there and watching my videos. It was actually kind of, it felt so surreal because sometimes it was creepy as shit. Um, since it was like 6 in the morning, or like 5 a.m. sometimes, like since it's like still dark out, I got these like windows outside, and I got the drive through, and then I got the back room, which is dark as shit. And I always had a knife near me because I was scared. I didn't know like if someone was gonna try to break in or if someone was already in. It was sometimes it felt scary. Then I saw the daylight, and I'm like, oh my god, my night light, everything is okay. It was great. But no, Haley would come in around 9 or 10. That's when I'd open the doors, and then she was the first person who I'd walk in, and like I said, like, we would hang out, we'd prep, we'd just talk about random stuff, music or whatever. I don't remember, but she was cool. She was like, we had conversations. She was cool. Um, but yeah, before I get into stories with her and everyone else, I do have a few stories of my own from when I was opening. Remember this one time it was like 6 5 no, it was 5:30 in the morning, and my dad had to go to work a little earlier that day, so he's like, I'm gonna take you, and we can just wait in the car, or if you want to knock on the door and just sit down in there if someone's there. I was like, all right, cool, because I didn't have my license at the time. I got my license like 3 or 4 months later. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the point is that well, he got there, and I figured let him go to work. I'll just sit inside. um I knocked on the doors. Nobody was answering, which was weird because usually I gotta answer right away. I didn't have a key either. Eventually, I did get my own key, which they weren't supposed to give out, but she was sick of, my boss was like sick of waking up every time nobody would answer. I'll get to that in a minute. So she made me a key. But anyways, nobody was answering, so I called the store, and nobody answered. My dad never just left me there standing, like, all right, you little shit, get out of my car, gotta go to work, see ya, have fun, torture yourself. Like, no, like, he would sit there and wait until I walked in the building until it was, like, official, because, like, my dad's cool when he wants to be. But, anyways, yeah, nobody answered, and I was kind of not really getting worried. I was more kind of like, this is weird, like, like my second week and nobody's answering. Is there nobody here? Or is there taking a shit in the bathroom? So I waited. And my dad, I felt bad because he was going to be late for work. And he's like, man, you got to call your manager. And I was like, all right. So I called her. I was like, hey, nobody's answering. And I called the store 4 times and I knocked on the doors, went around. It looks like there's stuff, like there was containers and shit, out, like blueberries and everything, utensils, everything was out. And the lights were on, but nobody was answering me. She's like, all right, I'll be there. She comes, my dad left, and we opened the door. Apparently this guy had put his 2 weeks in. Like, not really 2 weeks, he quit. He quit. He wrote a note or something. He's like, I can't do this anymore, I can't deal with it. I just walked out. There was a back door. The back door I was telling you about was like an exit. So if you walked out of it, you couldn't really get back in. It locked automatically. So he walked out. He left everything on. The dishes were on, like it was overflowing soap, and the sink was, oh my god, it was such a fucking mess. I just stared at her. I'm new, mind you, alright? I'm 2 weeks into this job, and she just looked at me and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was like, don't fucking apologize. I'm gotta clean it up, I guess. Like, there's nothing we can do. But we closed the store until like 9 or 10. Didn't take drive-through orders, and people were pissed. But I mean, there's nothing we can do. If we don't have ingredients and shit ready, we can't help you. And I did get a Starbucks. It was in the same plaza, so that was pretty cool. We got to drink some coffee and get to work, listen to some tunes. And yeah, that was one of the first instances where it was like a what the fuck moment, but that happened. Anyways, another thing is, another story I have is early in the morning, like I said, I did drive-through only. I had this guy come once, and he had ordered about, I think it was like 5 drinks, which was pretty common. I wasn't phased anymore by it. At this point, I was like a month into the job. And it was like 5, 6 a.m. And this guy had ordered 5 drinks. And I got fast at making the drinks now. Like, I can make, because you can either make drinks. You know what? That doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I can make 5 drinks, at like, not at once, but like in a span of like less than 10 minutes if I wanted to, if I was fast enough. I made the 5 drinks. And he pulled up to the window. Mind you, whenever I was working in the morning and I had people come to the drive-thru, I always had a knife near me at the register in case something were to happen. Like, if I were to get grabbed, I'd grab the knife and stab their hand. Because I'm not trying to get jumped over a goddamn minimum wage job that I don't give a fuck about. I would never have died for that place. Tropical Smoothie can burn for all I fucking care. This guy drove up, ordered the 5 drinks, like I said, and he tried paying me with a $100 bill. But it was fake. And you can obviously tell the difference between a fake bill and a real bill by just fucking feeling it. Like, or just looking at it in the light if there's no strip. There's scratching the collar. There's multiple ways you can tell. And I told him, I was like, hey, this is fake. He goes, what? Give me that. And you're not supposed to give the bill back to the customer when you find out it's fake, because they're going to try to go use it somewhere else. But I said, no, I can't give it back. It's fake. I said, look at it. And I held it from a distance. And he got mad. He was trying to yell at me. Like, it looked like he was going to grab it. So I just crumpled the bill and I threw it in his car, and he started cussing at me. I closed the window and I locked it. And then he drove away. So I called my manager right away. I was like, Liz, this guy's yelling at me. She's like, did you do this, this, and this? I was like, yeah, but I threw the bill back because it looked like he was going to threaten me. She's like, all right, whatever. So that guy never came back, but that was another story. We've had multiple times where people have tried scamming us with money. Like, I really honestly, like, towards the end of, like, me being there, I was just going to start taking those bills and just put them in the register. Like, that's how much I cared. I would just give people free drinks because I really didn't care. Like, that job was butt cheeks, dude. It sucked ass. But I bared in and I just held my ground and, just, mentally prepared for as long as I could. Whatever it was, I just stayed there. We had cool customers too, though. We had this guy named Ron. Haley knows who that is. That was me and Haley's customer. He used to come in the morning or in the afternoon sometimes. And this guy, let me fucking tell you, all right, this man was like God, all right. He was like this short, 5'6" old man, muscular. He had his chest puffed up every time he walked in. He had sunglasses and a mask. He had tattoos. This man was a beast, all right. Walked in like he owned the fucking place. And every time me and Haley saw his name, because on the screen we had, it showed us like, hey, we got an incoming order from Ron. They're picking up here soon. And me and Haley used to fucking flip our shit like, Ron is coming. Fucking Ron is coming. Make his drink now. Fuck everybody else. Make his blueberry acai with the whey protein and the vitamin C like right now. And we used to put it in the fridge or the freezer so it can fucking stay nice and cold to prove we had excellent service. Only for Ron though. Because Ron was cool as fuck. He used to come in, dude. He would test it. He'd look at us. He'd be like, it tastes good today. Tastes good. Some days though, man, he'd look and be like, oh, it's kind of mid. And I'm like, dude, like he was judging. Like, he was honest as fuck. Like, he'd be like, oh, man, like, not enough blueberries in this bitch. There's not enough vitamin C. I need my protein. I need this, man. Like, it's mid, but I'll come back tomorrow. I'll give you a redemption shot. Me and Haley are like, we got to do better tomorrow. Like, we'll make 3 drinks if we have to. We'll fucking make them test everyone out, like, to see which one is the winner. That guy was cool as fuck. That was me and Haley's customer. So every time we saw him, we used to flip and lose our shit. There's another guy that used to come in. I actually don't remember his name, but it wasn't my customer. It was Jenna and Julian's. It was pretty much everybody knew him. I don't remember his name, but he was a really cool guy. He had like a trucker mustache. He used to get a, I forgot. He used to get a drink, but it had like less, I think it was less strawberries in it. Like a certain amount of straw. He was cool. I don't remember. He used to get it, like his drink had to be made perfect. Like I made it the first time I went to go make the drink and he walked in. Jenna and Julian are like, no, we got this. Like, you're going to fuck it up. I'm like, what? They're like, no, he wants it a specific way. It's not that you're bad at making drinks, even though I fucking was. They're just like, he likes his stuff made a specific way. Eventually, when they weren't there, and I honestly, I feel bad for not remembering his name because he was a really nice guy. Like, they used to talk to him all the time, and he was really cool. But eventually, when he used to come in and they weren't there, and I was there, I used to really pay attention to his drink because I didn't want to fuck it up. Like, he'd make you remake it. Like, he wanted it a specific way. Granted, like, I understand, like, a lot of people are picky in certain ways and they want shit made a certain way, and I get that, but he was nice about it. I was like, he was never mean. Like, he wasn't like, it's made the wrong way, this and that. He'd be like, no, dude, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's got a little too many strawberries. I'd be like, I'm sorry, man, like, I'll remake it for you. He was genuinely nice. Like, he was nice, and that's why I had no problem, like, all right, I'll remake it for you. But eventually I got his order down, and I started making it right, and, like, he would, he'd be satisfied with my service. But, when Jenna and Julian were there, they used to just make his drinks, and I didn't mind, like, that was their customer or whatever. But he was a nice dude. Like, he was cool as fuck. I really liked him. I feel bad I don't remember his name, but they're probably watching. They're like, we know who that is. Like, you fucking pleb. How do you not remember his name? But, I remember one time, too, we had a recall on blueberries, and everybody was losing their shit. Like, all our customers. Our top drink was a blueberry acai. Like, it was an acai blueberry drink, and, blueberries were an essential in everything. I don't remember half of the drinks because I really don't care about the place that much, but like half of our drinks had blueberries in them, and one of the drinks he used to order had blueberries, and he was a little bummed out that we didn't have blueberries, and he said one day, he's like, hey, listen, if I were to go to Smith's across the street right now and buy blueberries, would you guys make it for me? We just looked at him, we're like, dude, for you, anything. Like, we don't care. Like, we'll make your fucking drink. He went, lo and behold, he bought like 2 fucking things of blueberries. Every time he used to bring his own shit, like his own blueberries, and we used to make it for him. We didn't care. We're not supposed to do that technically. Like, we've had customers ask like, oh, can you blend this chocolate for like my smoothie? I was like, we have powdered chocolate. No, we got the strawberry chocolate. Like, I want it. I'm like, no, I cannot do that for you. But this fucking guy, anything for him, bro. I don't give a fuck. He was nice as shit. He was like one of the very few customers we'd do anything for. Like, he brought his own blueberries, we blended it for him, and he was really thankful. He used to leave us tips and everything, but it wasn't his tips that mattered. Like, we didn't really care about it. Like, it was nice because we never got tipped at all. But he was just super fucking nice. Like, he was a nice guy, so we were like always trying to like, do our best to make him happy. But we never, that's another thing, dude. Like, we got a new tip system eventually, and like, It was like one of the digital ones where it asks you like, do you want to leave a like 15, 20, or 25% tip. The thing about Tropical Smoothie is you never got tips at all because people never tip there. It's not like, what's it called? Not like Dutch Bros where they would, you have the option to leave tips at all. People are tipping constantly. Like, the biggest tip I ever got working there was with Haley and one of the other coworkers. I don't remember if it was Jenna. It could have been Jenna, but the guy tipped us $100 like Christmas, and we fucked his drink up too. We realized it halfway after he left, but he was so nice. He's like, I just want to be generous. It's Christmas time. You guys are working. Here's $100, and we lost our shit. We were like fucking flexing the $100 bill. That was the biggest tip we got. Like, nobody tips tropical smoothie workers. Like, I understand some tropical smoothie workers suck balls. Yeah, you guys know which ones I'm talking about. But basically, some of them suck balls, dude. But overall, some of them are actually really fucking nice. Like, the ones I worked with and other locations I went to a few, some of them are, like, a little shy, and I don't blame them. They work at Tropical Smoothie. But, like, the tipping system was so garbage, man. Like, we barely got tips. It was so bad. Like, for the shit we had to go through and deal with, the least they could have done was at least tip us like $1 or maybe $5. It would have been great to see on our paychecks. But the shit we had to deal with, man, fucking garbage. Like, I vouch for anyone who works, period, in the fast food industry or drink industry. Like, you got to deal with shit like customers. You got to deal with like kids. It's awful, man. And I vouch for you, man. Like, if you're watching this, you work in the fast food industry, I feel bad for you. May God have mercy on your soul. I'm praying for you. You're a fucking great person. I just hope you're doing all right, because I know that can be mentally challenging too. Like, it got to a point where I wanted to just really just fucking end myself, dude. I was so tired of working there. If it wasn't for Jenna, Julian, Haley, and Andrea, those are the four. There was other people too, but I'm gonna only mention their names. Because I don't ask for permission for the other ones. I don't even know. They probably don't even know I'm making this video. But for those four, if it wasn't for them, I would have quit. Or I wouldn't have even had that job in the first place. I would have quit. Like, I would have fucking just quit. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad. But for them, I held it in. Like, there was days where we had, like, nothing to do, period. Like, we'd finish prep. Or sometimes we didn't want to finish our prep. And we'd sit down in the lobby while people were walking in. We'd be on our phones eating chips and shit. Making smoothies, testing out like different combinations. People would walk in like, hey, you guys got that? Like, one of us would go each at a time. It was just, oh my god, small moments like that, memories that I'll always hold in my heart. But for a first time job, it wasn't like the best, but it was, it was better than nothing. And I'm glad I got to work with them, because I'll never forget those days. Like, if I could go back, like, I would never ever step foot in a tropical smoothie again, like I've said. But if I got to work one day with them, oh, you bet your fucking ass. I don't care. It could be an 8-hour, 9-hour shift. You bet your ass. I'd do it any day of the week. But yeah, another thing is I didn't even get to talk to him about him that much. Andrea, Haley's boyfriend. So mind you, I did work with couples. Jenna and Julian were a couple, and Haley and Andrea were a couple. They still are. They're all each, I don't even know how to put it because I'm like smooth brain right now. I'm stupid. But whoever I just mentioned that are couples, they're still dating till this day. They're cool as fuck. I'm friends with them. Like, we don't really talk as much because we've all got college and new jobs. Like, we've all moved on. But like, it's not like I don't hate them. Like, I don't hate them. We don't have time to talk. Like, but like when we connect, like, it's like nothing ever changed. But Julian and Andrea, like, I don't even get to mention them that much. It was like the 3-boy trio, man. The husbands. We used to work all the time and just talk shit, talk about video games. We used to squirt each other with like the water, fucking the sink, like the sink cleaner, whatever. I don't know what it's called. You get my point. We used to fuck around, throw food at each other, just do dumb shit, like all shit like that. Oh, another thing I really want to mention is the first time I worked with Jenna. Since Jenna didn't get me the job, working with her was a little intimidating because, like, she's never worked with me. And me and Jenna have, like, this, like I said earlier in the video, like, we have this, friendship where it's, like, we make fun of each other, but, like, she's still cool. Like, she's still my friend. When shit needs to get serious, it gets serious. You know what I mean? But, like, the first time she worked with me, this is before I became a shift lead. She was just, like, a regular coworker. We were coworkers. And, I fucked up so many times on the drive-through orders. I was handing out orders that weren't supposed to go to that person, or I was just putting in the wrong side, and Jenna was just staring at me. She's like, "You fucking pleb, you stupid idiot. Why did I vouch for you to get this job?" It was so fucking funny. I probably mentioned that already, and I forgot. Mind me, I'm just really tired. But yeah, just working in that place was good and bad. Like I said, there was days where I came in happy because we all got to work together and got to hang out, and sometimes it was slow, but then there was other days where it was just hectic, where I'd get people spitting in my face, throwing drinks at me, and just telling me to go fuck myself because we don't have blueberries for their fat fucking ass. Oh, yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Pretty much, yeah. If you guys want a part two, I can always tell more stories. I'm just tired of shit right now. If you want a part two to this, let me know, or if you guys want another work story or just another story in general or whatever, just comment. But make sure to share it. And that's pretty much about it. See ya.